So what's new? But we're back with yet another new release in the men's fragrance community. A full review, I should say, because I've already done my first impressions on this, and I'm wearing it as my scent of the day. And this is in my top 5 new releases as of to date of 2023 in the designer fragrance community. Today we're going to be talking about Bad Boy Extreme. It's all fingerprinted up. So without further ado, cue the intro. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. So again, we have another new release. Duh. I mean, over the last 3 weeks, I think I've posted new releases every video except for like 2. So this is going to be just like I do all my first impressions, and then I do a full review. I've worn this 4 times, including today as my scent of the day. Today we're going to be talking about, by Carolina Herrera, it is Bad Boy Extreme. As you guys know, I kind of like the original. I wouldn't say I'd own a full bottle of it, but I kind of like it. It's okay. It's that cocoa and tonka, kind of more spicy aromatics mixed with it. I don't want to own it, though. The L'HOMME Parfum, I hated the marijuana notes, so not for me. Then we had Bad Boy Cobalt, which I love the opening, that plum and stuff like that. But then the dry down was just an earthy mess for me. I didn't really like it that much. I'm going to try to get back to it because I like the blue bottle. But I finally get to own a tacky but lovely lightning bolt bottle. And I don't care. I love these style bottles. I also like the Wanted bottles. I love the Spice Bomb bottles. I like tacky. And so it is what it is. So I'm wearing it as my scent of the day. I'll also spray it on a tester. And please subscribe. Thank you. So the only thing that really changed for me on this fragrance, and I told you that there are a lot of releases this year that I've picked up. My wallet's hurting, all that good stuff. I almost said my checkbook, but who the hell does checks anymore? But the only part of this fragrance that really changed for me is the opening, like 2 to 3 minutes. Because I told you guys in the original video, there's a chocolatey vibe, but after about 15 minutes or 10 minutes, I was like, that chocolatey vibe is there, but it's definitely a little bit different. It's because in the opening 2 or 3 minutes, my wife said it's a bit nutty. And then I was like, wait, isn't there like a nutty, hazelnut, that Nutella? It kind of smells like a chocolatey version of like a nuttiness. So a chocolatey nuttiness. And so in the opening here, the opening few minutes, you do get a little bit of hazelnut in there. It's a nutty vibe for sure, but it's more chocolate nutty. And it's really nice. It's sweet. It's the best part of the fragrance, but the whole fragrance is nice. So in the opening, again, you get a little bit of aromatics, a little bit of freshness mixed with that chocolate nuttiness. It's really nice. So in the opening, it's weird because the notes that they give you, I believe, were sage and ginger. And while you do get that ginger in there, giving it kind of that effervescent pop, it's not too heavy in the fragrance. It kind of reminds me of the ginger that you would get in Most Wanted Parfum, where it's almost down the road of like a sweet ginger that provides just a nice background for that sweetness. And that's what you get in this, kind of supporting that note of that hazelnut chocolate, even though there's no hazelnut in the notes. But it's weird, but they do have cocoa listed as a note in this. They just don't have it in the top, which is kind of interesting. So anyway, let me just give you the notes because there's only 6. The top notes are sage and ginger, mid notes are vetiver and cocoa, and the base notes are tonka and patchouli. So let's just get the performance out of the way here. The performance is nice. In the opening 2 hours, you get above average projection. You get a nice sillage. It's really floating around the room real nice. It's not going to be overly pushing out, but it's not going to be one that sits too close to the skin. After that, about 1.5 to 2 hours, it becomes more of a moderate projector. It is nice and it lasts about 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours. I did get the 1 day, like 14 hours, but I sprayed it on clothes, so that's not really a good test. On my skin, I got 8 to 9 hours. So it's a good fragrance. It has good projection, good longevity, kind of a little bit above average across the board. And that's how I feel about the fragrance. If the opening stuck to the entire fragrance, then this would probably be the best release of the year. The opening is really, really nice. It has a little bit of that plum in there. If you saw the plum from the original Bad Boy Cobalt is a lot more pronounced. In this one, it's a lot more dialed back, and it just provides a little bit of sweetness, and then it's kind of gone. Just like that nuttiness. After about 5 minutes, it's gone. And now I have it on my skin. And as you get there, it just becomes almost a sweeter, more chocolatey version of the original Bad Boy, where you get that maturity, you get that aromatics floating around, you get some woodiness. And then in this one, you also do get that tonka. So it's like that tonka cacao or tonka chocolate mixture, except for the chocolate in this is a little bit more heavy than what you get in the original. So it's, if you didn't like the original, then you're probably not going to like the dry down of this, but I can tell you it's a little bit different, so definitely try it out because it just adds a sweeter take to it. But at the same time, those aromatics and woods almost kind of remind me of a more mature version, but overall, it's just a really nice fragrance. I think it's, in my eyes, I think it's just a little bit more of a youthful take once you get past the first 5 minutes of the original Bad Boy with a more chocolatey vibe to it, which is why I like it. That chocolate and tonka mixes together well. You get some aromatics underneath, you get some woods underneath, and then as you get far, far into the dry down, it's more just like a tonka woods mixture. And it's weird because they don't have any woods in the damn notes anyway. But this fragrance is just overall nice. It's, again, you guys will smell it in the store, and I know a lot of people are opening buyers. They're just like, they smell the opening, I'm purchasing it. That's how I was with Cobalt, because I didn't really want to buy a Bad Boy. This one I blind bought, and I'm happy I did. This is going to be one that I'm going to wear all the time as far as the seasons to wear. Now that's one to, it's a transitional season fragrance, I would say. Definitely you can wear them in the spring and fall, but mostly because of that tonka and chocolate, it's going to be more around the wintertime fragrance for sure, especially because it has a little bit of a powdery aspect to it as well. I keep saying as well. So I would say fall, winter, spring are safe bets. In the fall and winter, you could probably wear this all day long. In the spring, I would think this is more of a night out fragrance, but I think this is kind of a versatile, sweet fragrance for the cooler months. That's the best way to put it, I would say. As far as the wears, it's not too formal, it's not too casual, it's kind of in the middle. So again, versatile in that aspect where you could wear it dressed down with a t-shirt, or you can wear it dressed up, I would think, going out on a date. I wouldn't think suit and tie or anything would be good for this because of that chocolate and that sweetness. But some people, to each his own. So overall, I would say that this fragrance is probably an 8.0. I think it's a nice release. To me, it is the best Bad Boy in the line. And that is saying because Cobalt has the best opening. This opening is right up on par with Cobalt, and it just has a much better dry down. Because it does have a little bit of that earthy patchouli in this as well. But the earthy patchouli that you get in the other Bad Boy Cobalt is a lot more pronounced, and it's kind of what ruined the dry down of Cobalt for me, because Cobalt opens up sweet, juicy, plum, really nice, kind of like 1 Million Lucky, Invictus Platinum, stuff like that. This one, the earthy patchouli is just a supporting undertone, and again, you get that at the very far dry down with that tonka and woods. Overall, really nice fragrance. Concentrate on the nuttiness and chocolatey in the opening. And then as you get to the mid again, you get some of that ginger pulling up. You also do get more of that cocoa instead of that nutty feeling. And then you get woods and aromatics mixed in there as well. So that's the fragrance. I won't continue anymore. And let me know if you guys have tried this out, what you think. I have heard positive things only from the people who have tried this. And that's a good thing, especially from the Carolina Herrera Bad Boy line. That's usually hit or miss with most people. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Let me know in the comments, if you've tried, and I'll be back with another video. Thank you so much. Peace out.